All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessing and salutations to the hopeful that out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds. In the name of Yahweh Bashem Al Shai, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. All right, and what I want to get into today, we're dealing with, understanding the times that we're in, and understanding what we're a part of, and often, we have to recalibrate ourselves in the truth, okay, when it comes to, what spirit we in. And we should always pray, to be in the right spirit, to be balanced, not to be too brash, not to be too passive, you know, not to be too lax, not to be over righteous, and it's a constant, thing of self monitoring to making sure that we're in the right spirit, and asking the Lord for certain, confirmations, man. And what we have to understand, we coming into times, all right, like never before. You see, we're coming into a situation. Remember, we're coming into the worst, okay, time that the earth has ever seen. Okay, we have to remember that. So people are going to be worse than they've ever been. Okay, so the way that we deal, the way that we trust, the way that we operate in this world has to begin to change. You know, going into the times that we're coming into, we're going into another phase of prophecy, man. Okay, it's gonna get real grimy out here. All right, we have to understand the movies that we watch about these times don't do it justice to how bad it's gonna be. So we, all right, have to change according to prophecy, man. As things are happening in real time, we got to make the adjustments for the next phase, man. We see where it's going. That's the benefit of having a foresight of prophecy to be able to see where things are going. Okay, be able to see before the world. See, the world don't understand what's about to happen. They're still operating off this place being up and running forever. Okay, so they're in the moment. All right, and these people are more enchanted than ever. All right, and this newer generation, they're gone. They're straight demon time. Okay, they're straight demon time, man. You see, and we gotta come to grips with what it is, man. All right, so when you go here, when you go into it, all right, it's 444. It's 444. Mercy, man. Hey, call Allah Mlaya, how about you, Mal Shai? The Lord gonna have a mercy on this lake, man. Damn the rest. Okay, the spirit is changing. There's a austere spirit. Okay, there's that hey, around this time of atonement is hey, we self-evaluate. There's a very austere spirit that's getting ready to settle in the earth, man. That's gonna be on brothers, man. Okay, Luke 21:16 it says, "And ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinfolks and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death." Okay, we're in a time to where these people are going to turn, they're going to flip. You see, because in their mind, they don't see what's coming. See, this is going to hit them off guard. What's to come? They going to be shooken up and they going to be terrified, man. They don't have the rock of Yahushua to keep them stable in these times, man. Hey, we're in the times now. If they not within the fold of Yahushua, man, you can't trust these people. Damn the relation. Care if it's your brother, your cousin, your father, your mother, your uncle, your auntie, your son, your daughter, your niece, nephew. That shit don't matter, man. There's too much emphasis on that shit anyway, man. If we believe like we say we believe, man, we can't put a lot of emphasis on that shit. That the family and the relation that we have, according to this certain time, you know. Certain you got to come to grips. They are mother for this time. They are father for this time. Okay? They are brother for this time. They your sons and daughters for this time. Okay? This has nothing to do all right, with eternal salvation or the eternal kingdom. That shit, that little relationship, that don't matter. Okay, we can't get caught up in that shit to where it paralyzes us to where we can't move how we need to move, man. Okay, make decisions how we need to make decisions, man. Damn these people, man. The hell with them. If they not in the fold of Yahweh Shai, damn these people, man. I don't trust them, don't care about them. And we're instructed to be like that, man. And we really got to tap into that spirit, man. This finna be a grimy dog, eat dog world. Okay, and the worst place to be around in these times is gonna be amongst the unbelievers, man. That's why the Lord is constantly isolating us, man. First and foremost in the spirit, okay, and then physically, man. Hey, we're gonna be away from these people, man. We're gonna be in the midst of the uncomforts, but away from these people, man. These people finna tear each other heads off out here, man. Okay? It says, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. See, there's hatred that's finna come for following Yahushua on another level. Okay? A lot of people that we cordial with, they not gonna be cordial with us when Esau pushed this propaganda, man. Okay? It's a lot of relationships that's gonna go sour quick. Okay? And we have to remember that. But that's why the Lord has given us a spiritual family, man. Okay? He replaced our biological family with a spiritual family. Okay? And everybody's situation different, you know. Some have to deal with their family more than others. And, you know, you got whatever relationship you got going on. But just know that shit gonna go south. When Esau really pushed this propaganda, okay, and make the Israelites, okay, the face of terrorism, the face, okay, the problems of America, okay, when this devil really pushes his propaganda, you see, a lot of these relationships that, you know, you have and you think and that shit not gonna matter, man. These people gonna go left, okay, and your nephew and your niece ain't, all right, exempt from that. You see, damn them emotional ties and them memories and shit. This shit ain't even gonna factor into the eternal kingdom. These little memories and bullshit that we got, you know, with relatives, this shit ain't even gonna factor into the kingdom, man. You know, we really gotta tap into a different mode. Okay, we gotta lock in the salvation, man, and that's why even when you go here, let me see, when you go to the book of First Peter chapter 4. All right, this is the book of First Peter chapter 4 and verse 7. It says, but the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. So the end of all things is at hand. Be ye sober and watch unto prayer. Okay? And when you go into that word sober, you know, it goes into, I think, nepho. And one of the definitions for this word sober in the Greek, let me see, because it got me offline. Let me see if I can tap into Wi-Fi. Hold on. Yep. But you go into that word, because I put into it a few times. All right. But one of the words, all right, when you go into that word sober, you know, being circumspect, all right, to watch, and then, okay, it goes into being dispassionate, man. Okay, dispassionate, man. And the scriptures promote that, man. Okay, and it is, you know, that's a spirit we gotta get into. You know, and the woman, she not gonna really be able to engage in that spirit like that. That's why the woman needs a head. The woman always gonna be behind. There's a lot of things the woman ain't gonna peep because they blinded by emotions. Okay, that's why it's meant for men to lead. Okay, women have a beautiful order, but in the times we coming into now, okay, hey, you can't wait on a woman, all right, to get her mind right. You gotta lead, and she gotta follow. If she not follow, she get left. Okay, because we coming into some very, all right, screeniest times, man. Okay, this the times that we coming into, and don't worry about, you know, the woman pouting and shit. They gonna be all right. Okay, they gonna be in their emotions and cry and shit, and you know it's just gonna be so dramatic to them. Fuck that shit. We past that, man. As men, we beyond that now. Okay, the spirit is shifting now. Okay, all the games and bullshit, they're stopping. Okay, because like I said, the woman, she not built for that. She got a beautiful order in her order, and it's a great thing. It's a great compliment to a man. You know, when a woman is in the order. Okay, but making certain decisions, women ain't built for that, man. Okay, that ain't what they was built to do. That's why they have to have a head. Okay, so yeah, don't be pussyfooting around. You know, in certain situations, man. Hey, as men, hey, we gotta lead. Okay, we gotta do what gotta be done. Damn, being yeah, you'll be the villain, all right, but you'll be the hero at the end of this thing. I'm sure there was a lot of days that Noah, you know, they looked at him as a villain and he abandoned them. He heartless, and you know, they looked at. You don't think they looked at Noah like that? Okay, but when the flood came and they was on that boat, okay, hey, Noah was the most beloved man on earth. Okay, so we'll be a hero at the end, but it's gonna be certain decisions we gotta make as men. Hey, they gonna look at us as a villain or doing too much. Damn that. All right, I'd rather be doing too much than to be too passive, man. You know, and be in be in a situation that could have been avoided, man. Okay, so be mindful. You know, in this time as men, hey, we gotta gird up our loins as men. Okay, this is here because see, and we gotta understand. Like, we really gotta. Do we understand what we're a part of? Okay, do we believe in eternity? Don't get caught up in these goddamn moments, man. Don't get caught up in these titles of brother and sister and father and mother. You know, and we ain't saying we ain't being intentional assholes, okay? Or just wilding out on people. Nah. But they don't get caught up in them titles, man. Like, they just mean something great, man. That's for the temporary time. In the spirit, we got a family in the spirit that's above this, man. Okay? This is the book of Matthew chapter 12 and verse 46. It says, while he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him. The one said unto him, behold, then one said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. But he answered and said unto him that told them, who is my mother and who is my brethren? And he stretched forth his hand towards his disciples and said, behold, my mother and my brethren, for whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother. Okay, and Yahweh Shah meant that. He wasn't just saying that. Okay, he put his spiritual family above his biological family, man. Okay, and like I say, it wasn't saying that you know, he just had this terrible relationship with him, but when it came to spiritual affairs, man, hey, the biological family didn't it didn't matter. Okay, those things wasn't a factor. You see, and as we get closer to the end, these people finna take the sea hill. These people finna side with the devil. They finna side with Satan. Okay, you really got to understand that the Lord is letting us see it. It's plain. You can see it. You see, these people are out of there. You see, we not here for that, man. We wasn't here to be the best husband and the best father and the best uncle that you can be. No, you do what you can. Tag just pulled up 144. You know, Tag just pulled up 144, man. You see? So nah, man, we not here. We do what we can, man, but that ain't what we here for. As men, we here to push that truth, man. We here to edify the elect, man. You know, we here to be conformed to Yahweh Shah. We have an office. We serving the king, man. Okay? That family bullshit, they gonna forever have drama. Okay? They gonna forever be in chaos, man. We not here to be the hero to the family, man. We here to serve the king, man. Okay? Everything else gonna be what it's gonna be. You see? So when you go from there, you see, and this is what we're a part of. You see, this is what we're a part of, man. Okay? There's a spiritual family. This is a spiritual union. That's why, you know, with the relationships I got with brothers, man, I don't need no friends. I'm rich. when it comes to friendship and the brotherhood, man. Okay? I don't miss nobody in the world. Okay? I ain't in a rush to get, I don't, look, I ain't looking for nobody. Okay? You see, I don't feel no type of way. Understanding what we finna come into, look what we finna come into, man. Okay? You know what Jake on, man. Jake is on that same old played out, them stupid ass conversations and topics, man. I can't even, I don't even want to be around Jake like that, man. I don't want to be around the family like that. I'm good. Just me speaking for me, man. I'm not tripping at all. I see him whenever I see him, man. But nah, man, understanding what we have a chance to obtain, I'm tapped in, man. Okay, look at these athletes and these entertainers and how much time they spend in the studio and in the gym, away from their family and, doing what they got to do, man. Especially the elite, athletes, man. Okay, they do this for a corruptible crown. We are incorruptible, man. Let's go here. Let's get this in what it says in Philippians 3. All right, this is the book of Philippians chapter 3. And verse 13 said, Brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth unto those things which are before. We're reaching forward, man. We reaching forward, man. Ain't nothing behind. Okay? And not saying that, every now and then you have a beer with your uncle, you ain't know. But where your mind at? Might drink a beer with your uncle, shoot the shit, your cousin, little bro might come over, whatever. You see? But caught up in they bullshit? Hell no, man. Hell no. Okay? Trying to be their personal psychologist? Hell no. Okay? I'm done, with giving advice to the world, man. I'm just looking now. I just look for the most part, man. You see? No, man, because it's only so much you can put your energy towards. It's only so much we can focus on. And I refuse to let this world, rob me, okay, of serving Yahushua in any capacity, man. Damn that. Damn them. Okay? They hate Yahushua anyway. You see? They hate Yahushua anyway. You have to remember that. Here it is, the king that we love. Okay, they hate. You see? And we know that, so we shouldn't be, in the spirit of trying to bend over backwards or going all out our way. No. Okay? You see? Let's get this. It says, forgetting those things, back in Philippians 3, it says, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth unto those things which are before, man. Look at what we're reaching towards, man. And look at what we leaving behind. Okay? Look at what we leaving behind and then look at what we're reaching for, man. What are we talking about? Do we believe? That's why we got to recalibrate. Okay? Hey, do we get it? Do we know why we here? Do we understand what the scriptures say? Okay? Look at what the hell is back there. Nothing. Okay? A culture of death, dysfunction, manipulation, shystiness, there's nothing back there, man. But look at what we looking forward to, man. Yahushua finna come wage war with the earth on our behalf, man. So why not serve that instead of be caught up in this dumb shit that niggas gonna forever have going until the nukes come? Okay? I'm unavailable for most things except for the brotherhoods, man. For the brotherhood and this truth, man, I'll be unavailable for, most things, man. You see? And I don't feel guilty nowhere. Okay? Because I'm understanding what's the bigger picture, man. Because even what we doing is going to benefit them in the long run. We want what's best for them more than them. They don't get it. That's why the generation that was in the wilderness, these niggas, they will walk in circles forever, complaining, crying, pouting. Okay? Let these niggas have it, man. The Lord has given us, abundance in in wisdom, abundance in faith. We're comforted, man. And like I said, we have a new life. Like I said, I love my new life in Yahweh Shai, man. I don't think about, what I could have been. I used to have them thoughts. The truth, you still had them thoughts like, damn, I could have, you know. But then, like now, hey, we grow up. That's childish, man. Okay, thinking about what we could have been in the world, that's really childish. We gotta mature past that. So it says, I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of the Most High and Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. And the Lord is showing us what we need to work on. He's showing us what the adjustments we need to make, man. Okay? These are the things that got to be done. Speaking to myself first and foremost, man. You see? Because like I say, as men, the Lord expects a lot out of us, man. Okay? As he has given us his wisdom, it comes with an expectation, man. You see? And that's why here. If you ain't, Luke 14, let's get this. Luke 14, okay, and 25, and it says, and there went great multitudes with him, and he turned and said unto them, if any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, okay, yeah, and his own life, he cannot be my disciple, man. Okay? So when it says hate, it goes into love less. Okay? So we, all right, have split alliances between Yahweh Shai and certain relatives or, children or wives. No, man, Lord don't deal with that. Everybody else come way second. Yahweh Shai is at the forefront. Our decision making is based on Yahweh Shai. Okay? We live for Yahweh Shai, as the scriptures say. We're not living for them. We're not living, all right, to please, our relatives, man, what they thought we should have been and what we supposed to be. No, we're not living to please them. Okay? Nah, man, we here for Yahweh Shai. We got to bear our cross in Yahweh Shai, man, daily. Okay? And Yahweh Shai said, if you ain't got this mindset, nigga, don't come around me. If you don't have this mindset, don't come around me. He said, you can't be my disciple. Basically what he's saying, if you don't develop this mindset, don't come around me, man. Let's read. It says, and whosoever doth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple, man. So we got to bear our cross, our burden in this truth every day. You see? And in order to do that, man, we can't be occupied, okay, or entangled, or even overly concerned. Like I'm up to the point I'm not letting nothing, no foolishness even occupy my mind. Because you ain't even gotta be physically entangled with situations, man. But even, hey, don't even let them rent space in your mind. Okay, and hey, that's scriptural. And see, we get into the hard part of the scriptures, man, where we finna see who built. We really finna see who built. You see, because right now it's PG-13. Okay, well, it's finna go to another rating. You see, so we finna see who really built, man. With the decision that's gonna have to be made and the way the Lord finna open up in judgment, man, we gonna see who built. I'm praying that I'm in the right spirit, man. I pray that I have an austere, cold spirit, man, to endure what the Lord finna do in the earth, man. Okay? That's why it's good to be, isolated more. How Shai was isolated. Yahushua, he got up early, studying, hey, follow Yahushua. Yahushua, he was austere, you know. He would teach and he would get away from people, So, hey, study Yahushua, man. He laid the blueprint. Remember, he's a pioneer. All right, he's the author and pioneer. He's the author and finisher of our faith. With that word author goes to pioneer. Okay, he didn't care about being popular or being on the scene. All right, as you see, he didn't care about he wasn't this family guy. Okay, he was about the Father's business, man. You see, and we about the King's business, man. Okay, so let's go from there. You see, this goes back to Colossians 3. And we'll get that in it's the book of Colossians chapter 3. Okay. In verse 1 it says, if ye then be risen with Yahushua, seek those things which are above, where Yahushua sitteth on the right hand of the Most High, man. We have an expectation that's out this world, man. Okay? Your cousin don't see that. All right? Your auntie, your uncle, they don't see that. Your children, whatever relation, it's different for different people, but they don't see it. This ain't serious to them. Okay? This is not serious to them. All right? So we have to understand we searching something that's above. We gotta, hey, Yahushua finna he finna make us kings and priests in the earth. Okay, he finna bring, all right, those celestial, the extraterrestrial, so like those extraterrestrial new bodies, and we finna have that in the earth, man. That's what Yahushua is coming with, man. You see, the earth is gonna be renovated. Okay, the earth is finna be rebirth itself, man. Like the missiles are gonna cleanse the earth. We're finna see the earth give forth this strength, man. We finna see a paradise, we haven't seen paradise yet, man. Okay, we haven't seen real architecture or landscaping yet, man. We haven't tasted real food yet, man. We finna come into everything, man. We haven't experienced real family yet, man. We finna come into all these things, man. Okay? None of our people have true wealth, man, true substance, man. Okay? We got so much to look forward to. Our expectation is on that, man. Esau being removed from power. A nigga ain't thinking about that, man. Okay? Damn these people, man. You see, if you not under the banner of Yahushua, I don't trust you. Don't give a damn how it turn out for you, man. See you on the other side, man. In the righteous kingdom. You see? So keep going. It says, if you then be risen with Yahushua, seek those things which are above, where Yahushua sitteth on the right hand of the Most High. Set your affection on things above, not on things of the earth, man. This earthly shit, man. This is earthly shit. These people in their affairs in the world, this is of this earth. This is of this age, man. That has nothing to do with our kingdom Yahushua is bringing to the earth, man. Okay? These little minuscule things and shit that's going on, that's of the earth. This they shit. Let them have they shit. Let the dead bury the dead. We really got to apply these scriptures real time. Let the dead bury the dead. Fuck them. You got to say it like Bernie Mac. Let the dead bury the dead, man. Okay? That's the worst thing we can invest in is the dead. You see? Okay? Our people, the Jake, 2/3 is a walking cemetery, man. Okay? It says, for ye are dead, and your life is hid with Yahushua in Hamashiach. Okay? So who we truly are is hid in Yahushua. Okay? And as we are being conformed to Yahushua, we're really being conformed to who we truly are. Okay? So as we tap into Yahushua, we're really tapping into who we truly are, man. Okay? It says, when Yahushua, who is our life, shall appear, then, all right, and listen what it says. When Yahushua, who is our life, shall appear, then ye shall also appear with him in glory. Okay, so when Yahushua, who is our life, shall appear, we're going to appear with him in glory. Okay, this is our life. This is what we do now. Okay, let them do them. We gonna do us over here, man. We gonna build over here in Yahushua. We got the chief cornerstone of Yahushua to build on. We gonna build on that, man. Let these niggas build on this nigga shit, man. Okay, let them niggas have it. Okay, let them niggas have that shit, man. Okay, and you go here, cause even get a couple more when you go to the book of Second Ezra 9 real quick. All right, this second Ezra chapter 9, verse 7, it says, and every one that shall be saved shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. You know, so if we believe, man, we should be tapped into these works, man. We should be tapped in, you know, to self-development in truth, man. You know, just so much wisdom to tap into. Another thing, man, like there's so much wisdom that was withheld from us, man. You know, we really was brought up in a culture that dumbed us down, man. Nah, man, there's so much to tap into in this truth, man. There's so much to be occupied into. You see? And it says, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them, all right, for me from the beginning. And that's the reuniting that's happening now of those that were predestined from the beginning. Now we're being reunited, man. Okay? That's why brothers is, you know, you look at, you know, the camps, and, you know, the camps should go and teach with other camps, and it's just a network. Okay, it's just a big family union in the spirit, man. How we all came across one another, man. It's a big family union in the spirit, man. The way that we connect and link and vibe and feed off each other, man. This is where it's at, man. All right, this is high frequency, man. Okay, let niggas worry about niggas' problem, man. The Lord is doing a mighty work over here, man. Let niggas worry about nigga problems, man. Okay, and it says, verse 10 said, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law while they yet had liberty. Jake got their liberty. Jake got liberty to come into this thing, and Jake is choosing to wild out. Okay? Our people are choosing to do exactly what they want to do. They know what we're a part of. They've been seeing us do the same thing for years now. Okay? For decades. You know, you start the apostles and elders. They've been seeing what we've been doing for decades. Okay? And Jake still want to do what they want to do. All this information that's out here, the prophets plus all this information that's out here, and Jake is still caught up in trying to make this world their paradise, man. Okay? It says, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it, man. Jake despised this word, man. Okay, and we really finna see the hatred on our people when they push this propaganda, man. That's why, hey, how I said, marvel not. You already got to meditate on these things, man. You know, and as men, we gotta be circumspect, man. We can't afford to be careless and reckless, man. Okay, as men, we in the spirit now, and we gotta gird up our loins, man, doing what need to be done. Okay, because You have to understand, you see, that it's a lot of it's a lot of people that's even in the truth, okay? You know, so called in the truth. All right? That they motives ain't right. So we gotta be prepared for it all, man. And then even ourselves, constantly checking ourselves, making sure we on point, man. Okay? So you keep reading, it says, um, the same must know it after death by pain, and therefore be thou not curious. All right, this the point. How the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created. Man, hey, you gotta really think about. We bring this scripture out, but we really gotta meditate on that, man. Let's read that, man. Okay, this is a commandment from the throne. Okay, and therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, man. Don't give no thought to these people, man. Okay, don't give no thought to them, man. Hey, the more we go on in the truth, man, the less we should give a damn. Okay, we should not give a damn on a whole new level, man. All right, as we get further and further into this thing, man. Won't even be curious what them niggas got going on, man. Stay away from them niggas, man. Stay away from these people, man, as much as possible, man. You know, it's just a toxic, manipulative, grimy, spirit on our people, man. Okay, and it says and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved. This is what we own, man. How the righteous shall be saved, man. Okay, those that are serious about this thing, like we are. Those that have, that show diligence like we do. They are constantly being proven in this thing, man. That's the concern. That's where our energy and resources and mind is towards, man. Damn everything else, man. Okay? And it says, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created. Remember, the earth, we finna get the earth. These niggas finna take the sea hip and die. If they make it to that point, to the sea hip. Okay? These niggas finna get nuked. The Yahweh Shah finna give us the earth, the entire planet. You see, and it's gonna be in righteousness, man, and it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be refreshed. Those nukes are gonna, purify a lot of things in the earth, man. Okay, you see, we really gotta think on these things, meditate on these things, man. Let's get this, and we'll end it here. The second Ezra 14 and 10. No, this is I started 13. It says, second Ezra 14 and 13 says, now therefore set thine house in order and reprove thy people, comfort such as of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption, man. Okay, renounce corruption. You see? So now therefore set thine house in order. Okay? This is the time to set things in order, man. All right? Really understanding what we're a part of. You see, we coming to a different phase, man. Life finna change, man. Life finna change in the world. Life finna change over here in America, man. And we, all right, hey, you have to be mentally stable. You got to be strong here. Wisdom and knowledge gonna be what? The stability. You see? So we gotta be mentally stable for that, man. Okay? And that's why it says, let go from these mortal thoughts. Okay? Worried about John and Man and how it's gonna play out for them. Fuck them. I don't give a damn. Don't care how it play out. Okay? Worried about, Auntie and they don't give a damn. Because they don't give a damn about Yahweh Shai. They don't care. They don't even consider. Damn them. Okay? Give a damn what them niggas do. They can shoot each other up, go to prison, get 78 years. I wouldn't blink. I get the news about a cousin or uncle, I wouldn't even blink. That has nothing to do with what we got going on, man. Hey, we gotta keep it moving. Okay? And it says second Ezra 14:14 said, let go from these mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature. That's a weak nature, man, to be concerned about 2/3, to be concerned about, these worldly things, man. The hell with it, man. Even in the faith, man. Hey, how we gonna pay bills when the C-HIP mandate? Hey, we ain't gotta worry about that. The Lord got that figured out. That's the thought of mortals. These people gotta worry about that shit. Okay? How we gonna do this? And man, hey, don't worry about that. Scripture say, hey, take no thought. Okay? Yahweh Shema Shai got that figured out. And another thing, pray for confidence and boldness in our power, man. Pray to be bold in our power, man, because we in the face of danger, man. Pray to be bold. You read about our forefathers, they was extremely bold, and we should pray for that boldness that they had, man. Okay? Reading on, it says, set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste to flee from these times, man. Haste to get the hell away from this shit, man. Okay? Don't even give your mind over. Okay? That's why I say don't give your mind over to these heavy thoughts. Because niggas are draining. Alright? Niggas are a burden. Niggas had you sign, change your whole counties, man. Hey, detach from these people, man. Let these people do what the hell they want to do, how they want to do it. Okay, they got it figured out. Okay, we building over here, man. We gonna keep serving the King until he come back, man. We want to be found faithful and get that well done, man. That's gonna be forever. That's gonna be eternal, man. We understand what we're a part of. And I'm constantly understanding more and more. You see? And it says, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter, man. Okay? So it's just beginning. The Lord finna open up. Okay? Like the Lord ain't even got to work yet. And the Lord finna go to work on Jake, man. Jake bullshitting, Jake playing. All right. Hey, all right. Bet. And we're gonna see how that turn out. So that was the point. Just wanted to get into that. Lord will, you brothers. All right, and you sisters edified once again. Want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem Kakodash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great example towards younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful Shalom.